Well, if you don't keep your word to yourself and others, both, that's your reputation. When you tell yourself you're going to do something, and then you don't do the because you're, then your reputation with yourself is that you're. And when you tell other people you're going to do something, you don't keep your word to them, then your public reputation is also that you're. So and then people say the dumbest things. They say things on the internet of like, you deserve it. It's like you don't deserve a goddamn thing. If you don't, you deserve something because this is related to the confidence. People talk about confidence. It's like you don't deserve anything. For what? What did you do that you deserve? The nicest everything. You have to go do something first. Jack Welch, you remember Jack Welch, the CEO from. It's Jack Welch. I was in a small group with him once, and he said before he passed away in his old grumpy Boston voice, Jack said, the trouble with these millennial kids, they want to give. He said they haven't done nothing yet. And he said you got to go do something before you can help the other people, then give something away. He's like that's like I show up in front of the people. I got a horse and a wagon. I stand in the back of the wagon. I say, it's all for you. It's all for you. But there's nothing in the wagon. Right. So if you got nothing in the wagon, what are you talking about? You got to go do something first. And confidence comes from competence. You have to be competent at something. If you don't have any skills and you haven't done anything to acquire some skills, some knowledge, some abilities of some kind, why would you feel confident? If you want to, Claudia says this, I think it's a nice quote. Claudia says, if you want to feel good about yourself, you have to do something worth feeling good about. You have to do something worth feeling good about. So I think that keeping your word part is a very similar thing, that if you don't have confidence in yourself that you're going to do the things that you tell you're going to do, and you break your word to yourself, of course you don't have self-esteem. Why would you hold yourself in high esteem when you don't even believe the shit you're saying? Why would you hold yourself in high esteem? And then when you go do that with other people, why would anybody else like you or want to spend time with you or work with you or partner with you or be your lover, your friend, your partner of any kind? Why would somebody do that if you don't keep your word to them? If you're not a reliable person, then by definition, the counterparty is settling with you. They're probably a bum too. If they were a reliable person, they wouldn't be with such an unreliable person. If they had better options, they wouldn't be doing that. So the subset of people that are going to tolerate that and be willing to settle for that are also unreliable and not the highest quality people in the world. And that's you don't want to be in that situation. So but the only way, but everybody is. Nobody even keeps their damn word to themselves. And Reed said a couple nice words to me for the first time. Reed said a couple nice words to me as we were getting in the elevator earlier about essentially that you did a good job with your health and fitness and making things good for yourself. And I'm like, well, yeah. And maybe I could have said more about it, but that was nice. That was thoughtful to say that.
Well, I meant it.
But
it's true.
I showed you those training schedules earlier, and I showed that to them. It was I've been. It's 800 days of training or something in the last 3.5 years, and plus weights and so on and so on. And I go get the best coaches for things. I go lift weights with great coaches. I do all the MMA stuff with great coaches. I wanted to go to the best schools. I wanted to do the best everything and learn from the best people that I could, because I don't want information of stupid people. I want information from the smartest people, and I got to go implement it. If I don't go implement it, it doesn't mean anything. You got to go do the thing now. And I'm just good at showing up and doing the thing. And my reputation is extremely good with this. Would you guys even imagine if I didn't show up for a day? Like, Mark doesn't. He's in Germany and he can be here 2 days ahead of time and he's on time. Showed up in 3 days. You showed up late twice. But how? So those things are important. When somebody says to do something, and it's a thing that they thought was important enough to say, probably do that. Probably should do that. So I don't. That always boggles my mind that, and you'd have the same thing in the fight world. And I don't need to say anybody's names, but some people would have no trouble to get there from anywhere on Earth and show up on time and everything's smooth, and other people that have a hard time to get across town.
Yeah, we have guys that come in and fight at the beginning, and it's not a lot of money. and they show up because they have one chance. That's it. They don't show up. They're not gonna fight for us.
What's it do to somebody's reputation when, well, you just answered it,
Yeah.
You just answered the question.
And if we do a sponsorship deal with an athlete, and they, well, I'll just tell you, I had an athlete a couple weeks ago that said, I'm having family trouble. And I said, my mom died 6 months ago. I didn't miss an hour. I grieved on my own. So what kind of family problems do you have? And he said, I'll do it. So that's the number one excuse I hear is I've got family issues. We all do, right? Everybody does. We all have that. Now, does that mean that we don't have to keep our commitment? No. A guy told me once, the word commitment means following through with it when it's really inconvenient. Because a lot of people make commitments, but it's because they're easy. The real commitment is when things are and you still do it because you said you'd do it. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit is perseverance and confidence too. You get confidence from working. You get confidence from I've seen this before. Like I feel right now in my career, I was telling somebody in the lunch line there, I've seen almost everything. Probably not everything because there's always, I was with Jon Jones at the Hall of Fame and the next morning he's being arrested by the police. I get a call at 5 a.m. I get a picture of him slamming his head against a patrol car. And I'm like, what the just happened? I was with him 10 hours before and he was telling me how great it's been that I kept him. I used to be with him all week for the fights, right? I would drive him, everything. I'd never seen that. But if it happens again, now I've seen it.
Now you have a template.
Yeah, so now I just know that, well, I kind of saw what happened with John and he recovered. He came back. He's now fighting again. So, but most of the things I've seen, so it's pretty hard to shake me. And that gives me confidence. And the fact that I come into work confident, I believe I do a lot better job because I'm not afraid to do things that I haven't done because of my history of doing things that have worked. Perseverance is when stuff is really tough. And that happens every once in a while over there. And we just have to put our heads down and get through it. And when you come out the other side, then again, your experience of doing that teaches you next time not to be afraid. But you have to go through it. I mean, we've all gone through stuff. Tragedies, job loss, real estate collapse. I'm in a real estate business, have land all over California that's worth nothing. I looked at my wife and I said, go to Ross, not Macy's, and we'll be fine. You guys will always eat, And that's how I looked at it, and then switched to MMA. So who does that, right? Who goes from real estate development to MMA? But I've always survived. So I don't worry about that at all. I'm a little bit more prudent with my money. Like saving, I save a lot of money. And I've done that because I've been through, it was actually a good experience. I'm going to tell them what I told you. You know what the most important moment of my life was? Getting a DUI. When I was 26. Drove 50 miles from home. Ended up in front of somebody's house at 4 a.m. I'd never been to that city. Have no idea why I was there. The policeman knocked on my window and it said in his report, I asked him if he took MasterCard. So they arrested me. I ended up writing him a letter 5 years later telling me to save my life. The cop. Never drank again. And about a week later, I said to myself, what am I going to do? I got all this, I don't know what to do. So I had taken martial arts in high school and college. So I drove in front to this taekwondo place and sat there for 2 days outside at night just watching. And then finally got the guts to walk in and it changed my life. Now I'm working for the UFC, right? So diversity can be good. I mean, certainly it taught me a lesson and it also taught me what I can and can't do. So I have no trouble with it. I know I can't, right? The guy that picked me up from jail was a sheriff, drove all the way to get me, my friend. And he said, the only difference between you and people I put in prison is nobody got in your way. Right? So that I had these two things I could do. And I just decided to do this one instead of this. This is what I knew, you know. This is what I was that I had no idea what to do. But it's so no matter what happens to you, it doesn't, whatever, death, destruction, you can always persevere.
You know, you don't demonstrate your integrity at a time that's convenient for you.
That's right, because it's not integrity.
Yeah. So when you tell somebody you're going to do something and everything's smooth and easy,
So what?
Like, everything's great, and then hey, I showed up and did the things I said. Everything's smooth and easy. That's nice. That's great. Everything runs on time. It's smooth and easy. Nice. That's great. But the times that actually that are really a demonstration of like high integrity, that you're showing that it's important to keep your word, is at a time that's terribly inconvenient, and you go do it anyway. So that, when I see other people, when I hear the words or something approximating the words of like, I was going to, but this thing came up. I'm like, oh, that's the thing that they're about to describe is the thing that they decided was worth damaging our relationship over. Because I'm never going to forget about that. I'm never going to forget about that. If you and I schedule a bunch together, if I ask you, hey, could you introduce me to so-and-so? And imagine that they showed up and I wasn't there.
Right, yeah.
Can you even conceive I would do that?
No.
Like, what would have to happen? He wouldn't even be mad at me because he
I'd call you, I think something happened.
Derek
yeah.
died.
Yeah. Well, I'd be worried about you, yeah.
Oh, no, I'd be there.
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you the pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.